The Scopes monkey trial. I was telling my wife we were out, I was saying, like, that's got to be a thing. It, like a, big old fake trial, all this shit. That would show. And she said she had seen it in the news, like, recently. Okay, so I get home, I look it up on Wikipedia. It's 1925. And I was thinking it was in 55 or in the 50s. It just seems like it. And that's all a fake trial. That's not even, but they're not pretending. It's like obvious. Like they call it a monkey trial, not just because it's evolution. About evolution, it's like got its own purpose. It's like a big zoo. You have William Jennings Bryan, the former Secretary of State, is the prosecutor, and they put him on the witness stand and just make a big kooky thing about it. Out in Tennessee, and they go outdoors because it's too hot indoors. And oh God, man, all this stuff connects. It's like all I've been saying State Department, and it's like okay, so he's State Department, fucking the defense attorneys got Clarence Darrow, then one of the assistant defense attorneys. They said he's the top divorce lawyer, like elite divorce lawyer, international divorce lawyer. Back then, like this young guy, looks young. And Castro was a divorce lawyer. And it's like he'd go over to France and stuff, all the international stuff for whatever the fuck reason. Okay, so that guy, you have to look on Wikipedia and just follow all the links and stuff. So I'm not that good with names some of the time, but so that guy is a divorce lawyer. He looks like Winston Churchill. So he played Winston Churchill in a 1943 movie, Mission to Moscow, and that's based on a book that's written by the ambassador to Moscow from 36 to 38. That's what I'm most talking about. What's his name? But he wrote that book in 43. It's like pro-Stalin. And so that they make a book and then a movie right then, that same year. So fuck, man. And then and that connects to the show trial, Stalin's show trial. So that ambassador was in favor, on Stalin. He was saying it's a good trial, seems legitimate and all that stuff, and it's all cuckoo. But that's about what the fuck they do with all Karen Reed stuff or whatever the fuck. How they'll talk when it's obviously fake, and they practice that. And so that ambassador is in favor of the show trial. So this big Stalin show trial goes on when the United States is in favor of it, right? And the ambassador is sending positive things and getting tweaked, right? And that connects to the Scopes monkey trial, which they made a big whoop-de-doo out of, with State Department motherfuckers. It's gotta be whatever fucking logic, just like they have Karen Reed trial to fucking lie. For whatever reason, that's like a Western thing. So, like, it probably is, like the show trials in Moscow, Stalin's show trials, like, it's for the Western consumption. It's like for whatever the fucking logic they do. Fuck, man. And Trotsky, because it's the Trotsky, and he's running around out in the West. He's out loose, and it's like whatever the hell, he's good or bad, and then they arrest him, and they're working all this elaborate shit. And Trotsky's a triple-double agent, triple-double. It's not like he's good or bad, or it's like, they're playing all kinds of shit. That's what it is. Damn. And it's funny because Lizzie Borden trial, that's like this international thing. She's right next to the Unitarian Church. Like it's right next door. That's the thing. That's the guys, man. Her house is. And like, God, the court's across the street. I guess maybe it was before too. I don't know. District Court. But it's Fall River, yeah. But like they did all the Japan stuff, as I said before. Yeah, because I was talking to my wife today about it. Yeah, just their shit, man. So, like, what are the show trials we hear about? The communist show trials, like, you know, it's like a fucking Gang of Four, right? That's definitely that. Like, China is the West, and it's like Madame Mao. She's like an actress from Shanghai. It's like, come on. All those guys, that's West. That's Western intelligence. And the Moscow show trials. The whole thing like a... for whatever the hell. And Sacco and Vanzetti. God, that's near the time of Sacco and Vanzetti, isn't it? That is, because, yeah, the anniversary of Sacco and Vanzetti is like, is that next year? Is it like it's soon, right? It's not 100 years yet. Finally, their trial. Not even just their execution, was it? Or did they already get that? It's going to be execution because they delayed a while. But that's up in the Karen Reed Court. It's that same building where they tried Sacco and Vanzetti. And that was like fake. They set that whole thing up. Yeah, so you have the fucking, God, man. You have Scopes monkey trial. Like nice, the judge called it a high misdemeanor or something like that. You know, you have high crimes and misdemeanor. Teaching evolution. So stupid. Damn, man. Yeah, it is. So Boonhauer's going crazy, man. So I got my trial, like, my trial's over. Like, they dismissed the charges. I was in court, they don't even let me do shit. It's like fucking the defense guy just says, hey, let's dismiss all charges, motion dismiss. And then, the judge asked the prosecution, do you object? And they, no, I don't object, I don't care. That's all, and then, okay, dismissed. Then I get out, they don't fucking have it, say there's any papers, any fucking thing. Then you look on the thing, and the judge says dismissed without prejudice. The prosecution can open the case anytime, as soon as I'm not insane. And they never said it's because I'm crazy, anything. And they're supposed to drop it. It's probably just illegal on purpose. So I got like kind of tweaked after I got home. Well, it seemed like, okay. God, talk about State Department. My lawyer said he knows 5 languages. That one lawyer guy. He speaks fucking Hungarian and just fucking everything else. Not Hungarian. Romanian. And all the other shit. It's like the shit I said. He doesn't know law. He doesn't know law. So I tested him. I pushed him both. And it's like not just if they're evading. They don't fucking know. Like basic shit like the 4 corners rule. Or the charging documents. Like there's no way that, you know, the resist and arrest charge. The only narration, like he does this, he does that. The only thing that's resisting arrest, it's like listed out. First of all, it's like, it's quotes from the police officer that jumped me. That's not the arresting officer. He didn't arrest me, he just put me in a car. Not handcuffed or anything. I think, right? I guess I was handcuffed, yeah. I'm not arrested. And he's like, fucking, it's this other guy, the Fed guy that came. Well, you guys seen? I haven't watched that body cam stuff. It's like, I don't want to watch it, but it's like fucking, the charging document just says that cop is quoted, like it says, And Officer so-and-so says, he told me stop resisting. He said stop resisting. He never says I resisted. He just says he says that. And that should be like, that should be out, because that's not enough. They have to actually say I resisted, right? And then if it's going to be, oh, they're going to say that means you're resisting if you say it. That puts them on the hook with all this shit. You know, and all kinds of stuff. However they take it. And they like, well, set precedent for other shit. And they don't want to do it. They never let me do shit. They never give me anything. And some of the body cam, you know, it said for my discovery, man, that lawyer, yeah, but my lawyer doesn't know fucking shit. And then the other one, I don't think they don't know law. Or they don't do it. They study it or whatever, but they don't really do it. It's all this fake shit. And my last one from Minneapolis, she would like write stuff, but it was like a computer bot. It was, man. Or she's like totally imitating one. Probably the same thing anyway. And then I got a phone call. I talked to her on the phone, and it like showed us a computer bot, and I told her. And after a while, and then it comes back and starts bitching. I was offended later after that's all done, because I couldn't compute it quick enough. And I was bothered by this, and you know, fucking way later. It's like fucking a bot. And it'll be, and that's Minneapolis, like just like they have a daycare. The people come to the daycare, and they don't put their kids in. I mean, or they put their kids in, but then they go around the back, and they put kids come out, and then put them back in the car and drive away. It's all fake, that Minneapolis daycare shit. And it probably is. They're probably just fucking doing it, just hanging it out like that for whatever the fuck reason. Oh yeah, back to the Scopes Monkey trial. So you follow that, it goes to Mar-a-Lago. God, how does that go? Like something's happening. Oh yeah, that ambassador. I think it's an ambassador that I said that's a communist. Or pro-communist. He has different wives. Or maybe it was the gay ass guy looks like Winston Churchill. Maybe him. He has one wife after another, and one of them's an heiress or whatever. You know, finally. And that's the post heiress. And then she had Mar-a-Lago. She built that. And that's what they sold to Trump. So it is all that fake shit. I knew that Trump's all hooked in with that shit. So obvious. But fuck, I forgot the other thing. Like oh yeah, that an ambassador, the ambassador to Moscow in 36-38. He was I used to think he's more of a farmer or something. He's from Michigan. But I didn't really say that in Wikipedia. Like he comes from farm country and invents things. No, he does speculation. They give him all the money. Hand it over to him. He's like the lawyer. And he does, he did a fucking suit, one of his lawsuits. Like, the tax, the government wanted tax from the, guy's a Ford Motor Company or something, a bunch of stockholders. And he sued the government, him, you know, with his guys, and not only don't they have to pay a tax, they're owed back taxes, and he got $2 million from it, the biggest like fucking lawyer fee ever. So he just gets paid off, and it's and he's friends with Franklin Roosevelt way back, in the Woodrow Wilson days. So all that shit. And he was the first chair of the Federal Trade Commission, something like that. Some shit. Man, I knew it, because they're cooking this shit up in the theater where I was at. The thing was with Rob Reiner, and I kind of can lose sight. You can lose sight, like, with the Charlie Kirk thing. You gotta look at that girl. When she's doing an interview, look at them in person. Like when she's doing her interview. and what they're conveying and all the funny stuff, and it's like a joke and all the shit. You gotta look at that, which I did, and then it's like, I would think it's all for real, like the things happen, I'm guessing, because, like, okay, to do it fake, that's not as tough, and, yeah, like how that thing, she was a girl, she was cool as a motherfucker, she didn't take, she was a girl, she didn't take her shit from nobody, cool as a motherfucker. She was a girl. She didn't take no shit from nobody. And she's cool as a motherfucker. And they'll be like that. They'll do all this stuff. Oh, it's got to be fake and all the way like that. And it's not. And it's not even like, oh, do you love him or not? No, it's like fucking... They train this shit. They watch it. They fucking read the fucking Roman accounts of the German warriors and all the shit and everything. And they... work it, and they got different places in the world, and they do, because that's what they probably do, right? I bet it is. And then Rob Reiner, same thing in a certain weird way. Maybe, because when you get right down to it, it's like, oh shit, and it's like, meanwhile, off to the other side, you have the Kennedys who skipped out. Like they didn't die, right? Probably Jimmy Hoffa didn't. I don't know about Martin Luther King. I just can't. How anything would work and how that would go. Like, yeah. God, maybe him too. You can read it. Look at the stuff. Look at the statue they put up in Boston. So now I know, man, because I know these people. Like Diane Wilkerson, I guess meet her or see her from across her stuffing $100 bills down her bra with the FBI, getting busted, having to go do some federal time up in Boston. She's a city councilwoman. And then, so they're doing her. She agreed to that. Like, somehow, like, you get set up or something, and she has to agree to that. And do that performance. I bet the fuck it is. And maybe it's just all the way. That's why even she's a city councilor. I would bet it is. Like, that's all the way. And maybe, like, Chuck Turner is, like, even the target. Or like, yeah, because they act like, okay, you're doing her. Oh, then off to the side, man, the same snitch guy. The guy who has a couple bars. It's Hennessy time. He's a depressed motherfucker. It's like some billboard, but the real thing, he's depressed. Yeah, right. Fucking, I'm tired. I get a headache. I'm just like, yeah, it's Hennessy time. The fucking shit they used to have up. He's like, fucking... He has to go over to Chuck Turner. Like, you got him being a snitch on that. Diane Wilkerson, he runs over to him. Gives him $100 handshake, $1,000 handshake, and Chuck Turner is like fucking... Like, no way he's supposed to get convicted, right? He probably got other shit or they do shit. They probably, like, they pull him in or something, like he doesn't offer, he can't refuse. He's not like he was in on it. Or he wouldn't know. Because he would connect to, it just seems like it when you see him in context. I saw him at English high school. So there you go. Because I was with all the shit, like, right just around. My son was, like, down there playing basketball with all those kids. Or, like, with them, like, hanging out. Like those pictures I got. They'd be down running around there. They're the only people that are really nice. I mean, they're really cool. God, man. It's so fucked up. It's fucking shit. They did stuff on purpose to make my son not want to be around black people. They had to get him away from it. But, because they're just doing shit. That's probably, for his safety or something. But those were the people that were nice to us, you know. But that's at school. Yeah, but Chuck was there. Chuck Turner was there. So there was that big meeting where, God, for some reason we had 2 meetings together. It was like kind of unrelated sections of Boston Public School, or like things, parent groups or something. One was the other guy's like not us. Well, you had the SPED PACs, Special Education Parents Advisory Council. Now my wife had been the chair, and then she resigned because all the white bitches just said that was some weird shit too. She's like, it's some emotional thing she gets. Some one time, some kind of thing, but and they're lying. That's when I told Carolyn that she told her to resign. They all said, and Carolyn's standing up there lying, saying she didn't, saying to talk to her after the meeting. And after the meeting, I go up there and she wouldn't talk to me. And, you know, Carolyn King, she was lying. She was a cop before I heard. That's gotta be fake. Now I think it's gotta be. Because she knows all the shit or they deal. And that's just some awkward things. That's not like things running a certain way. There's just things, certain happenstance and weird shit. And people don't know. God. And the other group, there was this big ass meeting in the fucking auditorium. Then you go over to the other parts of the building. You got everyone, big basketball night. Everyone's playing a basketball game down in that thing. It's fucking cool. I think it's that same night. I was there like 2 times like that. Yeah, for a while we were going to English high school for a while. Wait a minute. Because we used to go to English high school, that's what it was. And then we went out to the big building, but then we came back to English high school for that. English high for that. Yes, I think that is when Chuck was there, you know, so the charter school people were at the other, was the other thing. So they did the 2 meetings together. For some reason in that auditorium. If I'm remembering it right. And so you had groups of parents that all had a t-shirt printed. And they were in charter schools. And one lady, I asked her, and she said she wasn't in one yet. She wanted to get in a charter school. And it's got to be some fake shit, too. Charter school, some of them are nasty, too. When Chuck Turner was there, I should have run up and talked to him. I didn't know he was going to die or something. He's like, then he gets sick, he dies or whatever. But he had gone to Harvard. And then he went to federal prison. And he looks like the garbage man. He looks so much like Chicago or the garbage man. He's like totally that. And then I'm thinking, he just seems like it, man. I think they fucked with him. I think they had to go after him or something. I don't know. See, Diane Wilkerson on the other way, like I could see how she gets put up to be a city councilor and the whole thing, and she's good and kind of all flighty and stuff. And she's doing her lane. It reminds me of that shit. Because anyway, later, we had a meeting at the fucking, Jesus Christ, that church that's across from, kind of, you know, down at the mosque, right? You have Bruggle Station, the next one. What's that? Orange line, like, when you have the mosque, and you go up the street, it's like, oh God, O'Brien School, and then the technical school, or whatever, the 2 buildings. So across from that, you know, you gotta go around, because there's those bluffs there, but around on that block back there, you can't get to it, because it's got bluffs. You gotta go up around, up the hill and up around, or way down and around. Down toward the mosque, you know, up and around, but... And there's that big old church there, whatever the fuck it's called, First Church, fucking whatever, that's owned by the Unitarians. And they make a big deal out of it. It's like it's all the super black church, right? But then they would say back then, AOC wouldn't talk there too when she came to Boston. First she was going to do something out in Watertown, or someplace Cambridge, Watertown. And they canceled that one and moved it in to town. I guess I need more space up at that church. So I was up there when Diane Wilkerson. I got to see her. That's in another meeting about charter schools and how they punish everyone. Diane Wilkerson was there and said that, and Tito Jackson was chairing it with Intisabi Georges, whatever the fuck. They're both the co-chairs of the education committee of the city council, whatever the fuck. And I said the shit, like how they didn't do anything about all the rapes and all everything. Like, I don't know, fucking give a fuck, whatever, fucking Tito Jackson lied and covered everything up. Man, that was all fake. He was never going to be mayor. Now probably her too, because she's like there with him. That's that whole fucking thing, right? So she's never going to be mayor. She fucking knows it. She's like Boston University. A lot of really bad stuff from there. Her dad was there, worked as a janitor, so she gets free tuition, so that's all that dirty. But Diane Wilkerson said some stuff like loud at a meeting, dude, Tito Jackson, come down to the community sometimes or something. I mean, it's all fake. And so that big old church, like a black church, but it's run by Unitarians, and on the fucking thing, this complaint to say, it's all white people on the board, and that's like fucking on purpose, because they can just stack it with their fake shit, but they make it look like there's some angst. But that'd be like the League of Women Voters. You're supposed to go there, and you can have a venue that's fair for all the sides or whatever. And that is the Unitarian Church. Fucking weird. So there you go. Like, you don't have real black church or whatever. It's all this rigged shit. Man, so like, yeah, Tito Jackson, he wasn't going to win running for mayor. Because I used to go to the meetings with his campaign manager, Hershin. He's like from Pakistan. And he was cool. I always say, like, he's, it's like a pleasant, like his certain kind of way he is. He's like, certain nice way he talks and polite, whatever. And the way he articulates, like, in stuff. And you can talk to him, like, it's not going to be some bullshit if you're talking to him. You can talk logically. So he was a guy, he was at our, he was like the chair or something of our, whatever, what is it, the Boston, oh God, what was that one, Parents Advisory Council, not for special education, for, Citywide Parent Advisory Council, something like that. So, like, each school would elect to an advice, maybe two people, or maybe one, and then you have a co-person, in case the other one doesn't come, and you'd vote on stuff. So I got elected from the Harbor School, wasn't it? No, that was a Henderson. Oh God, it's after we back at the Henderson. So Henderson Upper School. All those people voted for me and my wife. It was fucking weird. We went in there. See, like our son's going to go there. He's been out of school for 3.5 years. And we go back to that fucking thing. What is it, 2014? Been out of school for 3.5 years. From the Harbor School. And it's like their kind of shit that got it, It's kind of a mix. It's kind of weird. And they wanted him out, too. And maybe for the thing, because they're doing some weird shit. That's a cuckoo shit, man. There's like they got all their running stuff, and it's like presidential level stuff with all the whatever the hell. It goes back to 9/11. It does, man. Like the stuff. And you got military, like they got submarine base. They got military all up and down. Like fucking Dorchester down to Quincy and all up and down fucking whatever the fuck. That shit goes way back. Or whatever the fuck they do, like... I get dreams about it too, going out to, God, like it's... I would get dreams like the Green Line. It goes all the way out. It's like cool, it's like going out... Oh shit, it's going out toward where... You know, where the MIT guy, where his house is, like in Pass, you know, the Green Line does that, right? But then it goes out all the way. But somehow then I'm up at going to the bay. What's it called? Something Point or something. Was it Oyster Point or something? And all the thing. And it'd be like, ocean would be nice. It'd be just borderline between it's mud or it's like waves. And there's seaweeds clinging. And you could swim and it's clean. It's hard to get a place in. You're not going to cut your feet or something. But sometimes it is and it's just perfect. And it's that borderline where it's like sometimes it's perfect. Perfect. Swimming in sensuality and all that. Like water ape. But it's like the Green Line that goes out there. And I found out later is the trolleys used to go out there and they were like Green Line trolleys. They were that same type of trolley. So maybe I'd seen that before once. I might have. But that's all there's stuff, man, out at UMass and everything. Lying motherfuckers. At the Kennedy Museum and all the shit. Probably is. I don't pass there. Got the endless National Guard shit and everything. Helicopter. Okay, so, what was it? Like, I'll get more, like, okay, so, yeah, Hershon, like, so we were out there, like, I don't know, was that 2014? Shit. So I was elected, me and my wife, they elected each of us, so we're the two people that were the representatives. And, God, I guess it, you know, like there's this one vote, but you could either go, you know, one's the backup or whatever. Maybe it's my wife selected and then I'm the backup or I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't matter. But we go to that thing. And then I ended up trying to do the BLS stuff where the girls are getting raped and everything. And how they don't investigate, they don't do shit. And I realized how fucked it is. And there's a scam. Man, they're all scamming. And Hessian, he's like, so I got to see how he is and shit. And he's off to the side and he's hiding out. One time they're going to be all bitching and I fucking articulate. I write these long ass fucking things articulating. They can't say shit. And they're all fucking lying, man. Like, they do a charter school. Like, they all had a thing you have to be against charter school. And, like, not discuss it or find out. And I said, like, God, man, we're all fully voting against charter schools. And I would, so then you can talk about it. It's not like, you know, in danger of, oh God, we like charter schools. Like, so you can, it's a good time where you can actually have the open debate and find out. Because you're not risking something. But really, they're fucking lying. And they're fucking getting money from the charter school. They fucking do, man. This one charter school, that one kid went and hanged himself. That's a mean fucking guy. That's a mean school out there. They set that shit up. Someone set that kid up to fuck them up too, probably. It is, man. Because that's like the charter school out. God used to do all that. No one gives a fuck. Like he was in the middle of his punishment. Like they're doing a suspension hearing and he has to go do it in the bathroom and do that. You know, down the memory hole. And I talked to the one guy. They used to be, my wife worked at Shawmut. Like, yeah, they got Shawmut down at the fucking thing across from the college down in Miami. Construction, he's the guy, one of the old guys. What's that guy? He was actually really cool. He started doing hospitals and stuff. I can't remember, but I actually talked to him once. It was really cool. I told him because I was trying to research him, like to do like the hate or whatever, but he's actually, it was really cool. It's from the old days. So I was talking to him after meeting, when they were fucking with me too. And he's really cool. But that had happened at his school, at that charter school. There's like his name's on it and stuff. And the other lady, and they do their weird. But it's all their fake shit. And they gotta do this fake ass discipline because you got the fucking guys scoping out on them. That's what it is, and they're fucking lying. They can't just admit it. Like, they gotta be like they're all like Nazis and do this discipline thing as a certain thing, but really it's like there's some fucking undercover shit. So they gotta fucking watch you around every corner and watch every motherfucker. Because I noticed being around these institutions like that, they'll be all like that, and after I get in them for a little bit, or my son, they let me fucking, they don't care. I'll be around this corner, that corner, they don't give a shit. And, because I'm not doing anything, they kind of start to figure it out. You know, or my son or something, or however the fuck it is, because they're getting hunted. Or they're doing their own shit. They got their fucking thing. Yeah, we were the representative. Like one lady, she was cool. She does look like a lanky clothes horse. She looks like the Kennedy. She looks so much like her. Like the Kennedy wife lady, her and her sister went down in the airplane with John Kennedy Jr. They went down in the airplane. So I was like, she's just like that, man. And she's so damn cool. She'll be in the ghetto school. She was at the Harbor School. It's like all ghetto. And like her, she goes in there like that. She's the only one who's like besides me or something. I don't do it like that. It's like the fucking, the Bassett, Kennedy, whatever coming in. But she came in, like she saw me and my wife sitting there. Oh shit. She didn't know our son had gotten back into school. And we're at Henderson School. She walked in the meeting. And it's like the beginning of your voting time. She walked out. And so we do our voting. And oh no, she didn't get elected to something. She had just fucking, she didn't know. She got fucking flustered. Then we made an exception. Everyone said, yeah, we got to put her into the elector, blah, 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 right? She had to run out of the room. I don't know if I can make phone calls. Actually, that was so funny, man. But then I did, God, it might have been a meeting after that, because like that's when we get voted for the, later we get voted for the, that was just school stuff and getting voted for that. But then I did my little speech. And I said how she, goes always at the school like that. Before anyone else was. I guess she was worried or something, maybe. God, man. That is some complicated shit. And see, I stopped ever dealing with them because my wife just resigned from the board. Like all the white bitches just said they resigned. They're there, and then they lied later, Carolyn. It's all a lie. So it's like that, and my wife doesn't. There's not a fucking reason. She just fucking does it. She don't want. She always does all the paperwork. She doesn't want to deal with her thing or whatever, and didn't say. And so there's nothing was talked about. There's not a fucking anything. And no one ever talked to us. John Baer, the head of special education, he didn't talk to us. They might think it's this, that, whatever, but it's like particular. Or maybe my wife will just. But I have no fucking idea. And there's different sides of things. But see, ultimately, they're running a game. There's like a thing. And first they got, first they got the fucking Tito Jackson he's going to run. And that's for the special education shit. And the guy before he ran for mayor didn't win. It's a special education guy. He's all like in it. It's a John Conley or John Connolly. There's like all fucking three of them or something. One of them's a horrible prosecutor that rapes kids, like fucking, or lets it just happen and whatever. He's nasty. John Conley, Dan Connolly, Conley, Cannelly. And then there's John Conley was they're a super nice guy with West Roxbury, and he's like special education. He was city councilor. He's on the education committee. He chaired the education committee. They didn't have two chairs then. It was like only Sabi George. When later they made it two chairs, co-chairs, I think, for Tito Jackson and Sabi. Into Sabi George's, Sabi George's. Yeah. You know, so she's sort of like not white. And like they're going to do, my wife was like the big not white person for a while. And they're putting it forward. Like she's not white. All kinds of weird shit. Fuck. Is it funny, man? Her mom and dad, what was her dad? Wait, was her mom? Her dad, whatever, they're wandering around after World War II. Or is it the grandfather? Wandering around, man. They're in a refugee camp. And they came from Poland. Oh man, they came in and showed up there. Yeah, they're on the oppressed. Not that they're not, oh no, they're not Germans or something. They had to flee or whatever the fuck they do. And the other's from this fucking thing. The, Lebanon or something like that. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh man. And then it's Boston University, so it is, man. It probably is. Oh, that's a rat line. Oh, fuck yeah. It is, man. It's something. Those two sides on the playground. Man. Yeah, they were going to take my wife's that Kennedy shit out to the fucking drag queen bar. I don't know why the fuck they do that. The Kennedy drag queen bar, one of those, or if they have more than one. Out toward the Cape or whatever. I don't think there was. Maybe it was going to be out on the Cape. Hey, come on out with a night with the girls, like out at the drag queen bar. Say, fuck yourself up or something. See, that's when that one Kennedy girl, they died. She said she died. She went out for the old days of a drag queen bar. Came back and had an overdose of Xanax. Whatever. Like Judy Garland. Man. Or whatever the hell. But I got to see Hessian, like, that was Tito Jackson's campaign manager. So none of these guys were going to win, right? Like, probably. When Marty first gets in, he runs against the fucking Conley guy. John Conley. And then, or maybe not. That was kind of close. No, that was actually close, too. And I didn't really know anything back then, too. Special education or something, I don't know. It was after Menino. Oh, yeah. I think Menino was still alive, wasn't he? He just wasn't running. And then, God, man, and they do, 7 years? God, is it 7 years? Is it 4 years? No, it's 4 years. But it's like an off year. Is that what I'm thinking? Yeah, and then, yeah, then he runs, then Marty Walsh, he runs, first he gets elected. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, then he runs against Tito Jackson, so I was all there, like when, yeah, he was announced he was going to run. Or maybe, yeah, Hessian wasn't his campaign manager yet, I think. He's getting ready to be. And so I was in those meetings. I got to be with him. Got to know all that. And then, fuck, man. Into Sabi George's. Yeah, that was a setup. That was a setup. God. So like up in Boston, so they have genuine politics, but it's like this, like I don't know, like a pet, what do we call, like if you have a terrarium and you're like, you let it go and stuff. So yeah, working class politics, it's probably always been that way. in Boston. It's probably they've been playing that all the way to promote the Kennedys and stuff and get the thing. You can have your pet politics and your working class and act like they got the answer to everything. And you got grassroots working class politics. And the great thing, but it's because they allow it. They don't have to fight it. And they work it. So it like comes out with the Kennedys. You know, the first thing was, you know, all the alcohol, owning a bar. The President Kennedy's grandfather started a bar. Had bars. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, Tito Jackson. Yeah, so that was all fake, man. That's why the motherfucker won't talk. He's got his thing. Oh my god, man. All the shit they got. Well, what's it, the police commissioner right now? Isn't he? He's a black guy who got beat up once, right? That's gotta be all fake and set up and all kinds of weird shit. Man. Had to get all beat up and then he has to be there. And he has to like leave Boston, not even be anything to do with anything politics, any rank up or down. He'd go up, be off in some other city being a fake ass. And have enough rank. He has experience and bring him on, let's like fly him in here to be the police commissioner. And it's all this fake lying shit. And it's all fake crime and they run fake crime everywhere. Fuck. Damn, now you know. Yeah. God. Yeah, I was telling my wife today. It's like, okay, so in the camps, they cut everyone's brain stem out, man. There's no, like they knew there's someday and they're going to find the stuff, like in that center of the brain. But they would know that's cut. Maybe even the puberty stuff, see what they do. They're evil shit. If they didn't know, by then they know, they just like put electrodes, like burn something out way in there. A lot of it will just wipe someone out. Other times it's okay. Leave them going. Or they know that center of the brain, like that part, like down up in the brain stem and all up and down there. Just take that fucking samples and label it, drop it in liquid nitrogen. They probably even knew without having to fuck around. They'll have all the fucking samples, and they'll have all this stuff. Everyone's like puberty, like carefully listed out. And they're dropping all the damn samples, right? And sending it out to the West. They're selling it, they're shipping it right the fuck out the whole time, out down to Davos and everywhere, right? So they get the puberty blockers. They get it like a decade before they announce they're finding it, probably. And then that'll go to, damn, okay, so another thing is all the children's gangs, the street gangs or street things, like where you have prepubescent kids all over the world. They say it's kind of weird. It's like the sociology of it. They form, like I met a gang like that in Kingston, Jamaica. They're all underage, and the line goes like they always say, oh, they're like that, and they're prepubescent. As soon as one starts to go through puberty, the others gang up on them and kick him out. And that sounds like a lie, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Like it's probably some whole police orchestrated thing, and it's like CIA fucking working all that shit, like everywhere, and they do a certain thing. And then you take those kids, like God, by the time it's late 70s, you gotta look out because like they'll be like, then they'll start giving them that shit, and they'll be running around like B12 forever, or 11 forever. You know, for another 3 years, 4 years, whatever the fuck. And probably did. All the shit, and then when it's time for they had to. And mixed in with everything else. Fuck, man. It is kind of weird. Oh, yeah, so one time we were in Jamaica, in Kingston. We go up to the zoo. That was the same day we went to the zoo, wasn't it? Yeah, we went all the way to the zoo. And we had, they fucked up too. So we go all the way out to the zoo, and it's out there, because we're at the Abahiti Hotel, Kingston, Jamaica. So then we go out somewhere to the zoo. It's cool, it's open air. They don't actually have the cages, like cows and whatever can just walk out, or the big old buffalo thing. We chased one out onto the road. We didn't know it was going to do that, but like it just goes. Like it doesn't have, like it's not a cage. They just want to be at the zoo. It's so fucking cool. There's some kids near the entrance part or something. Some street kids in there selling. God, was it the? I guess it's those little packages of drink and stuff. I don't know if they're frozen, but maybe those like plastic drinks in a straw. Like it's like Kool-Aid, strong Kool-Aid, like in that long ass tube thing, plastic. And we buy that. We bought some from these kids, and they overcharged us by double. Like, and so instead of 5 cents, it's 10 cents or something. Like it ended up, I felt kind of bad, but like so, this guy comes running up and asks how much it was and paid, and reprimanded the kid and made him give the money back, give half the money back, and that's too weird. And he's not gonna be all tight. Guys get all tight, like follow exact instructions and all kinds of weird shit. And act like he's all self-righteous. But there's some kind of other weird thing. There's some fucking weird shit. Like, that's some weird shit, man. Those kids are getting run. They'd come around the Abahiti Hotel at least a couple times. I got to see them. I was out front a couple times. And on the ground there'd be mimosa plants, actual like little mimosas, like you get at the thing, like not a tree, like little ones that are the sensitive. They close up when you touch them. That was cool. On the ground like grass. And they'd run around there, do their stuff. It's all like like some, cinder block walls or cement. And then they're topped off with cement with broken bottles, like sticking up. It's so retarded. And I'm thinking, then we're down, like wherever, there's like some kind of strip mall near there or something. And the kids were gambling once. The kid was like 4 kids, little kids. One of them was like 6 and he's gambling. And then he loses money. A little bit, and he cries, like really sad, and everyone's ignoring him. Then he stops, then he's happy again. It was really fucking weird. And that's just too much. And they have real schools there. Man, there's got to be some shit, right? Because I know my shit. Like I was there, and that shit was on purpose. Because that's like, it's like Zimbabwe or something. It's like an English. They have like English attitude with education and different things. Kind of get the feeling. Yeah. Yeah, because they're working a thing. They're probably always doing that. They're probably doing that shit. Fucking, because we're going there, and it's Minneapolis with the shit, because it's true, the puberty blockers, the shit, and we have to go to that part of Jamaica, and thing. It probably fucking was. And they'll work it with the pedophile thing too and whatever, just for the fuck or whatever the fuck. They'll make it like lots of different ends. Because the thing is, and it does come from the Unitarian Church. It's not Jeffrey Epstein. It's not some Jew thing. It's like, because meanwhile they're getting the Holocaust or fucking before. But like you start out with the anthropologists and stuff. And my dad mentioned once, we're in Minneapolis. And there is some professor he's talking about who got in trouble because he does that. He's an anthropologist and he does too much, got into too much anthropology with the thing. So even back then they're bitching. But they'll be expert. They'll know all the shit, every sexual thing, everything. We got Pow Pow and Guinea, and you have the freaky, the guys, they blush, they're like embarrassed if they see a girl, and they run off, and the boys like go live with all the men when they're 8, and they're all fucking freaks. You probably like give them your tomahawks and all their doodads. You come back later, you give them like some cargo, and then like you get a little bit of like I guess it's savagery. From barbarism to savagery, get private property. They're probably all like, what gay? What? No, I don't know. Ain't no, like, right? Probably is. Because that's just in the savagery or the hyper civilization, like the Greeks. Damn. And so they work all that, and they work all the shame, the embarrassment, and they work all the stuff where you get the horrible scag, like a fucking nag, cack, that shit. They know all that, and stuff you don't want to be around, or they're bitching, or where, because they were in some hippie stuff. And in the early 70s, they had books like Show Me. They were doing it at the bookstores, and that would be like a fucking center thing where they can get it and say they're doing something. But all the fucking hippies. And when I was in Boston at the Goodwill, which is that fucking same CIA shit, same as my uncle. Like they ran those books by me twice, man. I don't know if it's even Show Me. There's 2 of them, 2 different ones they put out in the bin, the 3 for $1 bin, like on purpose. And like everyone's like grabbing the books and just for me. And I took them each time I took it, brought it back up to the counter and explained the chick, that lady, would tell the deal. Kind of new, but they did that on purpose because that's not just an accident. That didn't just go out there like that. So they're doing that and watching that and shit, and they got an archive of that, and that's probably criminal, especially when you're doing it like, yeah, I'm doing it for that reason, right? So they know, so they're all the way the criminal. You know what I mean? Because that shit's criminal now, those books in Boston. So they're doing that, and this is my uncle's shit. That's a fucking. And it is Unitarian. That's who they. That's the fuck. It's the ultimate. Because the Unitarians, you look at them. I don't know if the Jews are up now, but before the older statistics, the people with the most money are was it Presbyterian? Like Governor Weld's church and that English shit. The Presbyterians, the ones with the second most money and the most education is the Unitarians. And maybe the Jews outplaced it or something, I'm not sure. But they probably still just occupy all those institutions in a certain way. Or they bring in everyone else and it kind of goes back to the same thing. And also they can just make it, the institution not even work. It's not like a fucking difficult meritocracy or whatever, like where you have to really do stuff that's like hokey. Like shit, where you just have the computer fill out, write your papers for you. And they run that shit. Like Harvard and shit. But they got the grip on that early on. It's got to be what it is. Oh yeah, so my dad said there's this, the anthropology guy, he had heard about him from there. Sounded like someone maybe not from there, but like they talk about it. He got in trouble, and then he knew an anthropologist who, he said at least, he goes to Australia, and he joined a fucking tribe, and so he sliced his dick like a hot dog right up down up the thing, like they do, or what did they say? Or he says that. Even maybe he did because they're fucking hardcore. Some bad motherfuckers are like fucking up against the wall, motherfucker. And he's like a fucking professor at fucking at the university in Minneapolis that we could fuck with. Probably is, man. And yeah, that probably is, man. And just for my dad to say that, he was in Minneapolis when he said the other thing about the guy. There's this guy and does research, and that shit happens. So that's like Minnesota. They're researching all that shit, doing all that shit. They worked all this stuff, for the hippie stuff, or like, everyone's like fucking in a pile, or everyone's like fucking, in these primitive societies, how shit is. And then what it is when it's like, don't do that, or no, and how everything works, and all the shit, and when it's super taboo, and then a breaking of the taboo, the molester thing, or the uncle, like police or whatever, like up in Boston, how that whole dynamic works, and they have a art, this is my theory, the art of looking at it without being annoyed. Like usually you look at, they're all fucking annoying, these bitches, and they just lie, and they're like, this person, criminal is so bad, and like that, and they just like, back, and when you get down to it, maybe they're fake. Because that's what I've seen, or these guys have made it that way. And the spirit is always to find someone to hurt them. Like there's some perpetrator that they can hurt. But it's always like, it's very much, and maybe it's just the impression I get. Because I've always been around it, like where it's bad. Like all these schools, everything's dirty. Even my biology class, I went to my biology class. I first went to live with my dad, so I was in 10th grade, and then there was a biology class at the high school, and they didn't teach evolution, they taught it as a debate. There's a debate between creationism and evolution. The biology teacher was tweaked about it. It's like a new thing that he had to do, which is fucking weird. That could be just because I was there too. So my dad said some shit later about the chemistry class, and he didn't talk about the biology. He never heard it. I like I never said it, and it's too weird. I don't remember directly telling him, but it's just weird that he's not there to hear it. And then when I told him years later, he just didn't want to hear it. That's the thing. And it's suspicious. It's some weird shit. That was weird, man. That's like unheard of. That's some weird shit, man. Fuck. Lying pieces of shit. Yeah, Boonhauer went crazy, man. I went back to court. I need to go talk to the lawyer. I just went right in that building, that lawyer, that one next door to the court, and to just sign in and go back up to my lawyer's office. Because my lawyer actually took me up there earlier in the day. So I went to go get some more papers and stuff and talk to them to get the rest of my papers. Because there's some stuff they didn't give me. And Boonhauer is there, and he just comes lunging at me. He said, yes, we're yelling, get my hand in my pocket. What am I doing? And sorry, he went like insane. And I wasn't filming it. He like fucking lost it. And then, so finally I get my camera going, and the other people come. He was like losing it. And he's all flaming pissed, upset, freaking out, devastated. I think he is. I don't think it's just fake. And I told him off too. But that's where that is. So I couldn't even go in there. Yeah, I had my hand in my pocket to take the, phone out of my pocket and crap, and put it in the fucking tray to go through metal detector. And to get my driver's license out that he's supposed to look at. All kinds of shit. And he's like fucking, oh, he even grabbed at me. He like came, lunged at me like he's going to get me, and he touched my pocket. Maybe I should put that up. I'll talk about it after. There's one part where I said, Booner, you got raped when you're 5 years old. I'm the one who protects you. That's my new thing. Like, you probably did, man. Like I said this other lady earlier in court. This particular ones. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking, I'm only fucking one. Cause that's part of the scum, the shit. Go along with that. So I have to cut that part out. I don't know. But he's like fucking, and the other guys were cooler than too. They're not all the same. The CIA Glee Club was there. Shit, it's like 4 o'clock or something. The Glee Club was already showing up. It is a State Department too. Bet the fuck it is different, or it attaches to that. Fuck, man. And yeah, so the Rob Reiner. I don't know. Yeah, what the fuck would that be? Why they gotta do that? Fucking lie. God. Man, they just stopped having news, didn't they? Pretty much. It's all a fucking lie.